Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here, and well, Apex Legends seems to be on a comeback spree. And with that being said, the devs sat down and gave us a bunch of information on what's being reworked for Season 25 and ahead. We're gonna go over all of that. We're also gonna go ahead and give out one of the current power swords, the heirlooms. All you gotta do is like, comment, subscribe, and you're answered for a chance to win. Without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. Legends, after the first split, seems to be going on an absolute tear right now, with a lot of notable pros, content creators, and more praising the game in its current state. You have Imperial Howl saying, Apex is back and I love it. Then you have stuff from his Watson saying, this is easily one of the best Apex seasons of all time. I think we might actually be back. And the biggest one actually comes from Asu, who went ahead and just said Apex Legends, but it might be signaling a return for him. And well, the devs aren't going to be slowing down anytime soon. In fact, Jayhawk actually said the Apex devs did a Q&A in the Apex Creator Hub. Here were some of the things that stood out to me, and they gave us a ton of information on what to expect in the future. And the first one I'm going to cover is ranks, because this is something that direly needs an overhaul, and I'm glad the devs are finally addressing it. They said, be on the lookout for rank system and reward changes in Season 25. Big changes, you'll be pleasantly surprised. They recognize ranks have become inflated around Diamond. They want to move the mean distribution back to Gold, and there have been discussions about adding new ranks in the future. Nothing soon though. This is actually great news, because we got dive trails removed a couple seasons ago. It's been just gun charms and, hollow sprays for a while now, and to have finally good rewards again would be fantastic. I hope it's something like Apex Mobile, where maybe we even get weapon skins or character skins based on how well we do. They went ahead and added more stuff for rank though. There have been discussion. They do want to make placement more important in the rank scoring, but want to ensure that there's a fine balance between placement and KP so as not to overly cater to either playstyle extreme, aping versus ratting basically. And said there are no plans to currently change rank scoring for solo queue players, which is kind of a bummer if you are a solo queue player. They would prefer to refine the matchmaking system to make it so solo queue players queue up with teammates who would have more fun with, which I'm going to be honest here, I don't have a lot of faith in. Apex Legends has always had issues with the matchmaking, but they did mention that pre-made squads will often be placed in slightly higher tier lobbies in terms of skill, while solo queue players will not receive this disadvantage, so I'll be interested to see how that actually comes into fruition. Along with that, there's some really great stuff about Legend releases. They admitted they took for granted how in the past releasing new characters brought back old players, brought in new players. They said it took them longer than it should have to recognize the shortcoming as a character releases slowed down. Expect changes in the future, so yeah, we're gonna probably see more Legends coming out. They're looking at making it so that Crypto doesn't have every single ability tied to his drone, and Pathfinder received nerfs because they wanted to push players to try the new changes for other classes, but his pick rate did not change despite the buffs. JBeebs actually is apparently the #1 Pathfinder hater. Dev said everything was his fault. Don't worry though, they said stay patient as some very cool stuff is coming to Pathfinder in the near future, which is just awesome to hear. Pathfinder is my main. I like to see that they're going to be doing more stuff with him. And on the flip side of just Legend releases, they went over weapons. It does appear that the Bocek bow is going to be coming back to the ground floor. This lines up with the new Legend Sparrow, which ties into that thing about character releases, saying they have solved the issue with the bow being floor loot, it being the only weapon that took arrows, leading to the arrows clogging the loot pool. They said the bow will eventually return to the floor, but did not tease what the solution will be. I've actually heard that it's going to be like sniper ammo, kind of like when they made the Wingman sniper, or maybe they made it heavy. No, they made it sniper. They definitely made it sniper. I need to use that weapon more. Anyways, they're currently very happy with the weapon pool. No plans to add new weapons unless they can identify a gap that a new weapon can fill. The current pool does not. Did mention energy pistol as a possibility, but needed it to stand out more than simply being another ammo type if it was to be added. And I actually confirmed this with one of my sources who said that is something that they are working on. And the goal is to make all weapons viable. Don't want it to have like the old days where things like the Mozam are largely useless. There was a little tidbit about ALGS. There's no immediate plan to integrate ALGS further into the game itself. They did mention actively looking towards how to make ranked ALGS bridge exist. However, it's kind of weird because I believe Sweet actually said that ALGS next year won't be going on, or it's the year after that. So we'll see exactly what happens with that. And there was some other stuff that they mentioned that we'll go ahead and talk about. They're potentially looking at beefing up the ping system for dead players to better communicate with their teammates who are still alive. This has been brought up a lot in the past, but has been pushed down the priority list for other big changes. They love the idea to be able to queue up in the firing range so that you can go ahead and play around with your buddies while waiting for a match, but it's not coming anytime near in the future. Along with that, it sounds like stats will be beefed up. Question was asked about seasonal trackers, but they mentioned the concept of competitive comparison and wanting to allow for players to better understand their skill relative to players in regards to their stats. So obviously the team is working on a lot of cool stuff. They're really taking a lot of the feedback from the community. Now we'll just have to see if they can execute on it. All that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into community clips now. Don't forget to submit your own to me at Thordan Smash on Twitter, but without further ado, let's roll it.
Last squad.
Holy!
The ALGS. These ties bind. Throwing frag. Shields are ready. Under fire. Another taken down. Standing by for care package.
He calls to me. Reload, got him. And out. We downed another. Here's a pick-me-up, pals. Shields recharging. Another soft landing. Not a bother. Me and you are down.
Firing a smart bullet. Fast, I'm leaving it.
Shoot an enemy.
Hold on.
Any crashes. Going out the gate. Over here, got a target.
Reloading.
Breaking through with the gate.
Let me know down below, what are your guys' thoughts about the future of Apex, and do you think it seems very bright? Also, don't forget to check out this video right here where I cover more news on Apex Legends on the daily, and until next time everyone, keep slaying in the Outlands. I'll see you out there.